cook something. Or you, how often do we cook these? Once a month. Yeah, we're really struggling here. Well, not once a month, but we do often cook these. What is it? I'm going to show you everything. I'm even going to show you the price. This is from a local butcher shop called Pete's Meats. Yep, that is quite pricey, but you have to taste it and you will agree. Totally worth it. Now, I put this thing in the fridge yesterday evening after we got it. And I used this on it and just let it sit in the fridge. So I took it out this morning. I guess I took it out about 7 or 8 o'clock. So now it's at room temperature. And I'm going to mix up a little batch of stuff that I normally put on this before I throw it in the oven. But first I have to turn the oven on the cooking temperature. And I cook the roast at about 215. Yeah, about 215 Fahrenheit. So I let the oven heat up. You'll hear that going. I'm going to turn the fan on just to get some of the heat out of the kitchen. And I'm also going to show you what I mix and put on this. So all you really need to cook this is a pan, a meat thermometer. I seem to have great success with this one. And you just need to put whatever stuff you want on the outside. And I used to get all complex with that, but now I've actually gotten simpler with it. So the beef is grass-fed, antibiotic, hormone-free, locally sourced from a butcher shop that we've been going to now for a long while, called Pete's Meats. It's local, Vancouver in British Columbia. And when you try this dry age stuff, it's really hard to go back to wet aged or even your local Costco prime ribs and stuff. There is a huge difference. It might sound unappetizing to some, but it's almost as if it's partially digested. You really notice the difference. And I don't cook my roasts well done. I don't even cook them medium done. We eat pretty well everything rare. I'll eat it raw, to be honest. Blue rare, love it. And with good meat, there's no reason to be worried or concerned. So let's get this process going. As well, just to keep my hands clean and not waste so many napkins and stuff, put on the surgical gloves. Just keep everything nice and clean. Okay, so I'll just be back in a second. Gotta get a Okay. Now, cooking it the way I'm doing, you're not getting anything for gravy, so you're going to have to come up with an alternate way to make your gravy if that's what you're into. Because absolutely nothing will come off or out of this roast cooking it this way. Problem. My screen keeps shutting off, so I don't know what you're looking at. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to show you something else that I use for this. A lot of you UK people will recognize this, Coleman's mustard. I love this stuff. And here's something else we use, beef tallow. Now all beef tallow is rendered fat from beef. Lard is rendered fat from pork. Pete and them make this themselves. You can see it comes out, and they purify it. They skim off all the anything that shows up in it after it's rendered down, and this isn't unhealthy. Beef tallow, we've been using it. How long have we been using it now, Rob? Oh, okay, about a year we've been using it. I won't go back to store-bought anything. This stuff is fantastic. I can't get over how pure it is when you're trying to fry steaks and that. Okay, so all I'm doing, I'm not going to show you. I'm going to put the beef tallow in this little thing. Yeah. I think Pete and them got to use better containers. I just put the fork through it again. Now I've used this beef tallow camping, so that's why there's some stuff in it from previous cooks and stuff. Now all I'm going to do with this is put it in the microwave, melt it down a bit. I'm kind of working around the camera here, so. I'm also using some minced garlic. Just wait for that beef tallow to put down. Yeah, since we've been going to Pete's, it's very hard for us now to even consider going back to the local departments, supermarkets or anything like that. The quality of meat is fantastic, and you don't know what you're missing until you try it. Okay, so I've got to melt it down a bit more. Now this is a long process. I cook low and slow, so it take for this it's probably going to be 4 or 5 hours maybe. Good things come to those who wait. Right, Robin?
Right.
So now the oven's at 215. I'm just going to let it keep heating while I'm doing all this. Today's video is brought to you by O'Hara's Irish Stout. I love my Irish Stout. Okay, so we got the beef tallow heated up. Now all I'm going to do, a few things. I'm going to throw in some garlic. I'm not going to worry about the mess I'm going to make. Sorry guys. Like I said, this is new to me, doing it this way. And I'm putting in a healthy dollop of Coleman's. Yeah, may as well use it all. Just stir it up. Hey hon, can you come here and give me a hand? Just take the garlic away and take the Coleman stuff. You can put the tallow back in the what? Yeah, that was a new bottle of garlic. Now as the tallow will cool down, it'll start to solidify again, but the mustard and the garlic will keep it somewhat liquidy. And we only need it to stay liquid till we get it on the roast. Now, Robin's got a disability. She's allergic to pepper. I'm not, and I love pepper. Yeah, we struggle every now and then. We get in arguments about it. I want her to leave. She refuses to go because of pepper, but what can you do? Right? Right. She beats me. Anyway, nothing fancy here. Just get it on the roast. Oh, one more thing, love. Can you get a tissue for me? And just wipe up that. It's hard to do this with the camera like this.
Good enough for now?
Yep. Just want to pull the roast in. I just put it there for because I'm going to finish off what I got there. Okay, going good. This is where it gets kind of messy, but what do you do? Okay. Yeah, guys, you got to pick up this beef towel. Go to your local guy, see who's making it. It beats anything, any vegetable oil, and I mean, there's apparently some significant health benefits to it. Apparently, the beef tallow so I'm told, is loaded with something called CLA, which apparently helps lower bad cholesterol. I just coat the whole thing with this little concoction. Simple, straightforward. To be honest, I'd eat this now. Okay. Get rid of this. Make sure you can see it. And that's it there, coated. Yeah, so now I'm going to give the oven another 10 minutes, and then this is going right in. I'll record that for you, and I'll leave it in there for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours before I'll even think about looking at it. Oh geez, yeah. Oh, I also put a drop of scotch on it. I tend to put scotch on everything. I may as well do that now. I love cooking with fire. I don't do a lot. Now it does go down into the pan, so the beef tallow is actually the only thing that'll wind up in the bottom of the pan. I'll add some more tallow to it later, and then whenever I take it out of the oven, I take the brush and get some more of the tallow up on top and just make sure it's all coated and nice and moist. And as far as searing goes, I don't sear at the beginning of the cooking process. I cook at 210, 215. I get the internal temperature up to about 110, maybe around the 110. I start thinking about taking it out. Then I cover it, pull it out of the oven, put some cloth on it, and let it finish its cooking. And by the time I'm ready to cut into this thing, it's probably reached a temperature of maybe 120. It's rare I'll let it go higher than that. Like I said, I'd eat the thing raw, so undercooked is not a thing to me. But this will be cooked, and it'll be cooked all the way through. And that's the other thing I like about this roast, the even dimension of it. It's as thick on this end as thick on this end, so it's a lot easier to cook all the way through. When you get to the short end of the prime rib, you'll have a big difference in size, so it's hard to cook it all the way through rare, because the small end is getting more heat longer and it's going to be well done, which sacrilege. You can't go doing that. Jeez, that's against everything I believe in. But that's it for now. Okay, back. The oven's heated up, and I'm gonna fire it in. You put it on the, I put it on the second lowest rack. Say goodbye, bye-bye. And it'll be in there for, I might even check, I might even let it just stay in there for 2 hours before I check it. Yeah, probably 2 hours. So I'll come back and turn you guys back on in a couple hours. Okay, so we're back. The roast has been in the oven about 2 hours. I'm going to check the temperature. See how it's looking. I guess it'll be in about the 80s right now. That's my prediction. Okay. I close the oven. I don't want to be losing heat all the time. And I got to remember, surgical gloves aren't oven mitts. So take this, turn it on, and what I do is I measure to the center. You can see that I'm using my finger right here. So I want to get it about the center in the thickest part. I push it in and let's see what it reads. I'm going to try another one just to make sure I'm getting a good reading. So I'm getting two different readings. So I'm going to say it's about 94 actually. Yeah. I'm not trusting this one. I think this one is more accurate. Yeah, so just going by this one, I know this one isn't as accurate as that one. Yeah, I'm saying the center is about 94. So I'm going to add a little bit more scotch. Waste not, want not. So I'm getting all this and just putting it back up on top. Like I said, there's not a lot that comes out of this, so you work with what you got. Just putting a little bit of salt on. refuses pepper. Little does she know, I've been feeding it to her in her sleep. I think she's making shit up. Anyway, back in the oven. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. So, what is it? It's 1:15 now, so it's been in for 2 hours. Yeah, I think we're looking at close to 4 hours. Yeah, for sure. And on that note, catch you when I turn you back on. Let's take another look. Here we go. Okay. Say we're there. Yep, we are there. So, now the key to this is letting it rest. I know you've heard it before. Let it rest. Oven off. So now let this rest for about 40 minutes. And it's going to be delicious. Okay, so the roast has been resting. But now I've got to sear it because I do the reverse sear, so I get any moisture I can find in the bottom of the pan, and like I said, there wasn't going to be anything, and there isn't. So you're not making gravy out of this. Oh. So before I can show you my surprise, we're going to reverse sear this. So the oven I just turned on to 500. Let that heat up, and when it's ready, I'll turn you back on. This is the meat has been resting for about 40 minutes. So what we just did was just to tan up the outside. So I could cut it with that normal knife I normally use. What was I saying about buying something that you always wanted? So when I first seen this knife about 13 years ago, I wanted it. I still want it, and I'm going to keep it, and I love it. But as soon as I got it, and I unpackaged it, held it, I realized I'm never going to use it because it's too nice. So I said to Robin when I did this roast, I'll cut the bone off the roast with this knife. So this knife has never been used. I should say knives. So it's a Puma Waidblatt combo set, German made. Hopefully this stays. Yeah. So this is the Jagnicker. A great little knife in itself. Stag handle, made of that German 1016 steel, stainless steel. I don't know how much of that you can see. Let's get that in there. So that's the Jagnicker. It's sort of the sidekick to the Waidblatt. And this is the big boy. Never used it. It's too nice to use. I've got other knives that work, and I don't know if I'll ever use this one, but I will use it to cut the bone off the roast. So I'll get it in all its glory for you. I don't know how much of that shows up. I've had this now, let's say 13 years. So I'm just going to give the blade a quick wipe, and then we'll cut the bone off this roast. And the leather sheet is really nice. I can't believe I'm going to use my Puma. Now I will say this Puma knife was not designed for cut and prime rib. It's pretty well a long axe is what it is. You can chop through bone with this. I remember reading once that they said 4-inch nails, you could chop through 4-inch nails with this. I'm not going to try that. And neither is Robin, if she's listening. If there's ever a situation where I need to cut this 4-inch nail. Oh, Fabe said once that that Puma knife will cut through that. Yeah, well, I'll get that. So, the rule, okay, I got to put it in the cohabitation agreement. No choppy of 4-inch nails with the Puma knife. Yeah, I remember the day I got the knife in the camera keeps falling down in the meat. Yeah. Yeah, meat stuff all over it. Okay, so can you do me a favor, love? I'm going to pick the meat up, and I want you to put the
cutting board underneath.
Cutting board underneath. Okay, go. This is hot. Okay, thank you, Mother. Okay. Let's see if I can do this without ruining anything. Yeah, so I bought the knife, took it out, looked at it, held it, loved it, and instantly looked at Robin and said, I will never use this. I'm not even going to tell you how much I spent to get this thing in the kit. Every now and then I threaten that I'm going to take it on a trip or something, but I haven't yet, so. Well, seeing as how we're doing it, we may as well get the Jagmecker in on it too. Why not? Let's go full bore. So I'll use this to take the line off. Ooh, man, look at this. That's one. That's two. Can't believe I'm using Puma to do this. Well, I'm trying not to get anything on the stag handle. Okay, so that's the string. So, my Puma has been soiled. Heaven forbid. Okay, this is kind of hot. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, the things we do. Okay. This is totally not the right knife to do this with. Jesus, that's a sharp knife. Hot, 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 hot. Wow. So there we go. The Puma Waidblatt. Back over on firmer terror. Just look how look at this.
No, it's all
Jiggly. Reminds me of Robin.
Hey.
Hey. Jiggly and full of goodness.
Oh.
There you are.
Look at that.
Oh, I'll use that again. Okay, so Jesus.
You should use that on your roast.
Huh?
You should use that on the roast.
No, it's too thick. It'll you like your slices thin.
I do.
Jesus. I hope you're getting all this on the video. I haven't really planned this out. This is a first time I use my Waidblatt. Look at that, look at that. Just gonna cut off a piece. Taste this. Mmm. That's good. Done with the Puma. Okay, so reveal it too soon. Look at that. Okay, so you can see it. Watch me drop it now. Hope you can see it.
Mouth-watering pictures. The knife is too big.
I'll get one from where I am.
Now I'm really hungry.
Robin's really hungry. Now I really need the knife. That's about as good as you can cook the roast. I know some people wouldn't like the fact that it's rare, but it's the only way to eat it. And I shall clean my Puma. It's been soiled in battle. I shall fetch a rug. Well, I finally used the Puma. Oh my God, that is so good.
It's not for me.
Here, my duck.
Oh my gosh. Better than sushi.
Yep. Wow. Very, very good. And it's hard to describe what the dry aging does to the meat. There's I know some people talk about a cheese funkiness to it. I keep going back to partially digested. It sounds unappetizing, but you got, like, once you taste it, you realize what I'm talking about. Like, that's the heel of the roast. Look at that. I mean, it's pink from edge to edge. And it's interesting because what makes it a frustrating thing about these roasts is how hard it is to cut them, because they're so tender that, I mean, they're almost defying physics by keeping their shape. Now, if you do one of these and you have somebody that in no way, no universe is going to eat rare, well, you could stop being friends with them. Yeah, that's what I would probably do. Although I don't really have a lot of friends. They don't like Robin. No, I'm just kidding. She's got nothing to do with it. Nobody likes Robin. Wow. That's so good. Yeah, so there you go. Show you one more time. Very little gray matter around it. Wow, that's good. And something else you should notice, there's still, even though I've cut into it, there's still nothing pouring out of it. The pan's not filling up, because all the juice is actually still in the meat. And that's the great thing about the reverse sear method. Cook it low and slow, then brown it to what you're comfortable with. I don't like mine burnt. Like when it starts getting burnt there, I don't want that. And oh, these bones, we'll actually use these for stock and stews. We'll let them cool down, throw them in the freezer, and when we get a collection of them, Robin does a big pot of stock and stuff, and it's really good to use for the future soups and stews and stuff. Anyway, that's the video on the roast. Done to perfection. You got anything to say, Robin? Any pearls of wisdom?
Bye, Robin.
Bye, Robin. That's what she says. Bye, guys.